500,000 people. That's it. That's the entire population of a country about to walk onto the biggest stage in football. And their first opponent? Uruguay. Suarez's country. Cavani's country. A two-time World Cup winner. Welcome to the most absurd, beautiful underdog story of the Cape Verde World Cup 2026 debut. Let's get the scale right. Cape Verde has fewer people than Tucson, Arizona. Fewer than the city of Bristol. The previous smallest nation record at a World Cup belonged to Iceland with 360,000, but Iceland had a full professional pyramid and indoor pitches funded for a decade. Cape Verde? 10 islands in the Atlantic, a federation running on a shoestring, and a squad mostly built from the diaspora in Portugal, France, and the Netherlands. They beat Cameroon. They held Egypt. They knocked off opponents ranked 60 places above them. The Blue Sharks didn't sneak into this tournament. They earned it on goal difference, with the kind of qualifying run that scouts will be studying for years. Now here's where it gets tactical, and where Uruguay should actually be a little nervous. Bielsa wants Uruguay pressing high. Suffocating. Win the ball in the opposition third and punish. That's the identity. But Cape Verde under Bubista doesn't play the way you expect a minnow to play. They don't park 10 men and pray. They invite pressure, break the first line with one pass, and they have Ryan Mendes and Gary Rodriguez, guys who've spent careers in European top flights, running into space behind fullbacks. Their whole game is built on transition. One turnover, 3 passes, shot. That's the blueprint. And guess what high-pressing teams hate? Exactly that. Here's the prediction nobody's making. Rodrigo Bentancur is going to have the hardest 90 minutes of his year. When Uruguay's midfield steps up to press, the gap between Bentancur and his center-backs becomes a runway. Cape Verde's Kevin Pina and Dylan Livramento are quick, direct, and they don't hesitate. If Uruguay loses the ball in the wrong area even 3 or 4 times, suddenly Darwin Núñez isn't the only striker getting chances, he's the one watching from the halfway line wondering why his team is chasing a 1-0 deficit. And Núñez himself? He'll get his looks. Uruguay will dominate possession, probably 65-35. But Cape Verde's centre-back Roberto Lopez, yes, the guy who plays in Ireland for Shamrock Rovers, has been the spine of this entire qualifying campaign. He reads strikers like a book. Núñez thrives on chaos. Lopez brings order. That matchup alone is worth the price of admission. Quick pattern interrupt. Did you know Cape Verde's head coach Bubista played for the national team himself in the 2000s, back when they couldn't beat anyone? He's literally lived the entire arc from nobody to World Cup. That's not a coaching story. That's a movie. So what actually happens on the day? Uruguay are favorites. Of course they are. Anyone telling you Cape Verde wins straight up is selling something. But a draw? A 1-1, scrappy, Uruguay frustrated, Cape Verde celebrating like they won the trophy draw? That's live. That's genuinely on the table. And if Uruguay concedes first, watch the panic set in. Bielsa's teams don't always handle being chased. They handle chasing. The bigger picture is this: the expanded 2018 World Cup was sold to us as a way to let smaller nations in. Critics said it would water down the tournament. Cape Verde is the test case. If they show up, compete, maybe nick a point off Uruguay, the whole argument changes overnight. 500,000 people on 10 islands could rewrite how we think about international football. One match. One shot. One country smaller than most football stadiums' season ticket bases, going toe-to-toe with a giant. If you want the tactical breakdown for every single World Cup 2026 match, group stage, knockouts, the underdogs nobody's talking about yet, hit subscribe right now. Next video, I'm breaking down the dark horse that could actually win this whole tournament, and I promise it's not who you think. Click it. I'll see you there.